Good evening. Welcome, students. Welcome, all of you. Welcome to this series, Shishir, Mukesh, Shubham. I know all of you are coming with a lot of confidence on me. It's Diwali time, baby. Finding all of you in this class, it's really happy for me. So this is a series organized by an academy called as ISRO Revise India series. नाम अच्छा दिख रहा है ना, इसरो रिवाइज इंडिया. एंड ऑफ कोर्स इसरो का नोटिफिकेशन तो अभी तक नहीं आया. होपफुली दिस ईयर इसरो नोटिफिकेशन may not be there, may not be. Shishir, hi. Happy Diwali is too early. Abhi time hai na? Because if you tell me Happy Diwali, you know, I think I'll really go into that mood. Already 2-3 days से मैं उसी mood में हूँ. बहुत से मैं छुट्टियों के मूड से बाहर आया. दशहरा के वक्त छुट्टी लिया था मैंने. So I came out of that mood and just came into the classes, and then Diwali started. So anyhow, Diwali wishes to all of you. So ISRO, I don't think this year there is a chance of any notifications, because last year interviews they're supposed to finish off. Last year interviews itself they have not finished now. So they'll call as soon as possible for interviews first, and if necessary, then they'll go for next year recruitments. So I think this year recruitments will be mingled with the last year recruitments. Hi Ansari, Azam Ansari, welcome to the class. So Ansari, you are very interested in EDC, I believe. Seems to be very interested. Always you follow me in EDC. Vivek Acharya, welcome to the class. And of course, this is the series I'm taking up now. Third day in the series. आज EDC class है. EDC का previous year questions है. So got some very good quality questions. EM waves, of course, is going on. Vivek Acharya. Basics of electromagnetics YouTube में शुरू होने वाला है. Hopefully it will start. EDC is going on. My 4th batch successfully is going on. And of course, antennas is going to start. This will start soon after Diwali, and this is the most happening thing. Purely for subscription students right now. Abhi the subscription students के लिए है. So antennas will start as soon as possible. So anytime you have got any doubts, you can contact me. And test series, lot of test series. So you can see all the test series. Yesterday also they launched some test series. Today also there's launched some test series. I'll put it in my Telegram group today. So test series, don't worry, you have got a lot of test series. चलिए पहला क्वेश्चन जल्दी आंसर बताइए इसका. You got the first question ready? Something seemingly like common base mode. इसमें they're asking the base current. Is the net speed okay? Is there any lag coming, or is it fine? Okay. So ready for the question, Mukesh? Beta value is given. Priyanka Chaudhary. New to my classes. पहली बार सुन रहा हूं. तो आजम अंसारी बताइए. शिशिर, I think easiest is to calculate your emitter current here. I think most simplest thing that you have to do is to calculate your emitter current. And the emitter current can be easily calculated because it's a N P N transistor, and N being -8 side, and this V being 0. So VBE, take it as some 0.5. 0.7, if it is two-sided, we can take it 0.5, 0.3 approximately. So this 8 volts will drop across the 0.5 plus IE into 2.4 kilo. So that gives your emitter current almost. That is 7.5 by 2.4 milliamps. 7.5 by 2.4 milliamps, which I think is approximately 3 milliamps, slightly greater than 3 milliamps, slightly greater than 3. And then your beta is 100. Absolutely, Mukesh. I mean, I don't need to be very accurate in my calculations because the base currents are not very close. Base currents are also far away, 26, 30, 52, dur dur hai. So that your base current is therefore the 3 milliamps by the 101 because emitter current na, collector current hota to 100, base current 101. So that should be very close to 30, very close to 30. I hope you got it. So simple. So circuitry, however, it is simple, quite simple. Look at this Schottky diode. There have been 3 questions on Schottky diode. Almost all the 3 are same. So watch it. There are a lot of questions to do. Actually, there are too many questions. We have only one session. So you have to cooperate with me that I'll be going a bit fast in analysis. But if you got any doubts, feel free to stop me. Because there are almost 20 questions for us to handle in 1 hour. Top quality questions only got. The first 1 or 2 are easy. So anytime you can stop me, I'll feel free to answer. Which of the following is not a characteristics of the Schottky diode? Schottky diode, thermionic emissions of carriers. Not a correct word. Thermionic emissions is not a correct word. Because what happens is ultimately in a Schottky diode or in a Schottky barrier, electrons from the metal will go to the other side. So we cannot say thermionic emission. So, but still, let's look at the other options. Conduction current in Schottky diodes is because of majority carriers, obviously. Schottky diode is one of the excellent examples of unipolar devices. Switching speed of Schottky diodes is less. This is wrong. Shishir, this is the biggest mistake in it. Thermionic emissions word may not be sensible, may be sensible also. Let's not bother about it. Shock is very, very fast because the junction recombination times are less. वो बैरियर की जो पोटेंशियल होती है ना, वो पीएन जंक्शन होता तो बहुत ज्यादा है. In Schottky barrier, junction potential, junction recombination times are very less. So when it comes to an PN junction की बात आती है, तो recombination time is large. Recombination time is large. But when it comes to metal and the N-type junction, this recombination time is small. So once the recombination time is small, speed is increased. When you get on a flight and then take a car, and if the flight journey is 2 hours, वो फ्लाइट से कार तक आने में मिनिमम देयर विल बी 30 मिनट्स डिले, हाफ एन आवर लग जाएगा. लैंडिंग, स्लोइंग डाउन, एयरपोर्ट से बाहर आना, लगेज लेना. बट व्हेन यू कम फ्रॉम ए ट्रेन and from there you are going to a car, I think train से लेके कार तक आने में the maximum delay should be 5 minutes. अगर वो स्टेशन बहुत बड़ा है तो भी, छोटी छोटी स्टेशन है तो ठीक है. So junction recombination times are very crucial word. Option C. Rest all make some sense. बाकी सब कोई ना कोई सेंस लेके आते हैं अपने साथ. But option C is perfectly wrong. It's not correct. Built-in potential in a PN junction. What does built-in potential depend on? Is equal to the difference in the Fermi levels? Obviously. जब तक Fermi level equal नहीं होती है, until then it keeps on forming. So Fermi level का difference ही built-in potential है. Increases with increase in doping? Yeah, of course, that's correct. Increases with increase in temperature. Is this correct, Shishir? Mukesh? E and B are right because V naught का जो formula है VT ln ND Na by Ni square. So doping के साथ V naught will increase. Fine, okay. But does it depend on D? C. No. It's common sense, yaar. Ni square is T cube dependent. So temperature बढ़ाइए, Ni increases, V naught decreases. So that's not correct. At the same time, that's Vt is dependent on temperature, linearly dependent. But what about this? Shishir? No, Shishir, just look at it. I'll come to my explanation of B also. Doping and logarithmic dependency. Do you think it's sensible? I mean to say, if you increase your doping, Ln function, can it really make a huge change? So, given the best of the best things, given the best of the best answer, yeah, if you look at temperature here, with the temperature, V naught will increase. With ND, okay, V naught will increase. So you can almost say it's C, yeah. It's almost. Yeah. So it's, sorry, D, I think it's D. All of them, yeah. It's sensible to say it's D. Right, it's D, all of them. Who is that? Who told first? Shishir, yes. Next, CE circuit, what will be IE and VCE? Emitter current, and VCE. Is there something missing in the circuit? I think beta is missing. Searching for beta. I think maybe it's not needed. Maybe the situation is that beta is not needed. Something is missing in the question. Okay. I think as per the question, what I can do is I can find out IB first. 4 minus 0.7 by 220 kilo. Yeah, I think beta is missing here, Shishir. I think the question beta is missing. Should have been there with beta. Because the IB I got is 3.3 by 220 kilo milli. So it needs beta. No, I thought the IB may be so large and IC may be so large that it will be in saturation. It's not saturation. Even the options are not in saturation. So beta missing. I think it's in the question itself. Beta is missing. Because once beta is given, you can get it. Yeah, come to this. How does the dynamic resistance of a diode vary with temperature? Dynamic resistance of a diode vary with temperature. Is it directly, inversely, independent, or directly on the square of temperature? Why Shashir and Mukesh, why are you always having opposite answers? Both my favorites, Mukesh especially. Okay. For that, you should know your dynamic resistance formula. What is your dynamic resistance formula? I is equals I naught e power v by eta vt minus 1 di by dv is I naught e power v by eta vt by eta vt, which is I naught, and that's nothing but I approximately eta vt. So Rd is equals dv by di is eta vt by kt by q. Mukesh, Shishir. I think Shishir, you got a good command over all these 0 questions. Really doing well. Even Mukesh has got a very good command. Because I know all of you should have done this question sometime in your life now. If you're prepared for ISRO and all, I know you should have done these questions. Sure. So that's answer A. Look at this. This is a nice question. If both the transistors have a threshold voltage of 1 and device parameters K1 and K2 are given, what is the output voltage V0? Two MOSFETs, both in series, both in saturation, because very clearly VDS is equal to VGS. I mean, drain voltage, gate voltage is equal to the drain voltage. So very clearly, ID is equals K1 VGS minus VT1 whole square, where VGS is nothing but 5 minus V0 whole square minus Vt, that is equals Kt into V0 square minus 1 whole square. That's where the answer is. Mukesh, what are the answer is? I think it should be 3 volts. K1, K2 are not equal. Is it square or without square? I think without square here. I think no square here. I think it's without square now. VGS minus VT whole square. Three volts. This one, this you have to watch for some time. This has got some logic. Your Zener diode is used for some compensation and current gain of the beta and is everything high. If the current through the 100 ohm resistance is 55 milliamps at 25, what is the approximate current through it at 65? What I understand here is this is 6.2 volts. So that the 6.2 is VBE plus IE into RE. What is the effect of temperature here? The effect of temperature is VBE will decrease. Shishir, what emitter current formula can we use? You can't use it now. Which emitter current formula can use? This is easy now. The 6.2 is this VBE plus IE into RE. So that RE is known, IE is known, you know your VBE. So that your VBE is 6.2 minus 5.5, which is 0.7. No, not needed, Shishir. Because you don't know what is VT here, na? Okay, 26 milli you will take. Not needed. It's more circuit based, Shishir. E power V by VT, I naught. Not needed. So VB is 0.7. The second information is that VBE decreases at 2.3 millivolts per 1 degree centigrade. VBE decreases at 2.3 millivolts per 1 degree centigrade. And there is a 40 degrees change. So 40 degrees change, it's 2.3 into 40 milli. That's the change you can expect. So 23 into 4. 23 into 4 approximately. Sorry. VB 0.7 volts. So 22.3 into how much is this? 23 into 4, which is 112, 92. Okay. 92 millivolts, which is 0.092 volts. So your new VB is 0.669 something. 0.69 something. That's exactly. I hope you got it. Shishir, diode current formula to use also you should know reverse current. We don't know reverse current here now. That's where the problem is over. So look at the most vital stage in this, VBE calculation state. And in this VBE calculation, I got 0.7. The second stage is VBE decreases at 2.3 millivolts per 1 degree. So VBE decreases by 0.092 volts for 40 degrees. That's where the problem is over. Any questions? So after this, you can recalculate your IE, which is that 6.2 minus this change of VBE by 100. Is it Mukesh 56? Just 1 milliamp is increasing? Okay. Shishir, clear? Ansari, are you there? Azam Ansari? I'm sure Ansari will be there with me. Or Shubham. Shubham or Ansari, one of you are there here. Which of the following meter is based on principle of Hall effect? Is it ammeter? Is it voltmeter? Is it Gauss meter? Or is it all of the above? हॉल इफेक्ट के बेसिस पे वोल्ट मीटर डिजाइन है, अमीटर डिजाइन है कि कॉस्ट मीटर डिजाइन है कि ऑल ऑफ द अबव? Ammeter is for measuring current, voltmeter is for measuring voltage, Gauss meter is for measuring magnetic field. Absolutely, it's for measuring magnetic field, because the Hall voltage induced VH can be calculated for a given B. That means, hence, B can be known for a given VH. So you can calibrate your voltmeter there for magnetic field measurements and keep changing the magnetic field and check the different magnetic fields. So it's B. It's B, no doubt B. I hope you got it. Tomorrow I'll be discussing microwaves. I hope all of you will be there. Tomorrow it's microwave previous year questions. Look at this. Unilateral transistor. Sure, Shishir, sure. Shishir, surely I can help you. But only thing is, Mukesh, you don't mind, na? Mukesh, Shishir wants to know P type or N type from Hall effect. You don't mind? Okay, Mukesh, I'm reading your question. Just give me a second, Mukesh. Shishir wants a small explanation about P type and type. I'll just get back to that and come back. No doubt, students, of flow is important, but doubts are more important. When you come live in my class and ask doubts, it's my responsibility to clarify when the strength is not very heavy. If there are 60, 70 people, I will never say, Shishir, I'll talk to you individually. I'll talk to you after the class, I'll say. But now that we are very less in strength, I can spare some time, Shishir. Just give me some time. Shishir, you should be understanding a simple point about Faraday's law, which is quite easy. Shishir, you learned already Lorentz Lenz law. EMT you learned from me. What's your backdrop, Shishir? You learned EMT from me. Oh, fine. Then you'll be very comfortable. So notations, you'll be very comfortable then. Okay. You not learned EDC from me. You're not learned EDC from me. Because if you are learning EDC from me, you will never get this doubt. Oh, sorry. So consider this as x-axis, because I need axis clarity here. Consider this as y-axis. Okay. Nice, Shishir. Actually, this needs slight EMT notations only. This is z-axis. Let there be a current flow I in the AX. Let there be a magnetic field B in the negative Y. Negative Y or positive Y, which are you're comfortable. Current in the AX. And consider the third dimension Z being placed with the voltmeter. If this is N type and if your current is in AX, what does it physically mean? If it is N type and if the current is in AX, it means negative charge is moving with a velocity in the negative AX. Because though I said current is moving in positive AX, which actually means that electrons are moving in negative X, cross the B in the negative AY, giving you a force in what direction? Minus AX cross minus AY is positive AZ, and then minus. So electrons move in negative AZ plate means here. So I mean to say that this plate will acquire positive and this plate will acquire negative. Any doubts, anybody, Shishir, in this? Pakka clear na? Right. So you could understand that whenever it is N type or whenever it is metal, for both of them, you find negative here and positive here. That's how the Hall polarity is. So Hall voltage polarity will tell you whether it is N type or metal. Now comes the most interesting thing. What if it is P type? You know what happens? If it is P type, it means positive charge or hole is moving in positive X. A positive charge or hole is moving in positive X. So that AX cross minus AY. It means holes move in minus AZ side. So if it is P-type semiconductor, you find holes getting accumulated here. What a beauty, see. All automatically change. कि वहां पे माइनस आने का मतलब यहाँ पे, वहां पे प्लस आने का मतलब यहाँ पे माइनस आएगा. Shishir, got it? Sure, Mukesh. Sure. Sure, Mukesh. I'll explain. But I'm still one doubt pending. Oh, पीछे वाला doubt भी है. Shishir, are you clear? You know what I told you, Shishir, is very vital. What you asked me is also very crucial. Absolutely, absolutely. Shubham, just Shubham, just give me 1 second, Shubham. I'll answer your doubt. After this line, you ask me. Okay? Just listen, Shubham. I'm sure Shubham or Azam Ansari is there with me. Apart from Shishir, I know it. Look at it. P type or N type, extrinsic semiconductor has same force direction for majority carriers for a given current. If you fix your current direction to be AX, P-type or N-type semiconductor has got same force direction, but Hall polarity is opposite. Shubham, this is Lorentz force in extrinsic semiconductors. Please use the word extrinsic semiconductors. So P-type or N-type semiconductors, the majority carriers of holes or electrons will have the same force direction, but Hall polarity is opposite. Let me just extend one more line. Can I go to the next line? In intrinsic semiconductors, In intrinsic semiconductors, with both P and N having same direction for force, net Hall voltage is almost zero. Hall experiment is the greatest experiment that generated interest in semiconductors. That's why शिशिर एक्सट्रिंसिक होता तो पी और एन में फर्क बता सकते हैं. इंट्रिंसिक में जब दोनों हैं, शिशिर, you listen to my Ignite last September batch. I was in full emotion teaching this Hall effect, how it generated interest in semiconductors. लोग पागल हो रहे थे कि जब पी टाइप लगा रहे थे, पोलैरिटी चेंज हो रही है, एन टाइप पोलैरिटी चेंज हो रही है, एक्सटेंसिव के लिए वोल्टेज नहीं आ रही है, करंट आ रही है. इट्स अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एक्सपेरिमेंट. Shubham and Shishir, am I clear with your doubts? Mukesh, what was your doubt actually, Mukesh? Hall voltage does not depend on yeah. Okay. Yeah, Mukesh, I'm coming to your doubt. मुकेश, जस्ट हॉल वोल्टेज के बारे में पूछा, उससे पहले भी वी ओके हो तो कट इन के लिए था. आई एम जस्ट कमिंग. मुकेश, आर यू देयर? Mukesh, when you look at this, I think this is sufficient for you. This is sufficient. Mukesh, if you look at this discussion here, I don't know what we call it as height, length, thickness. वो तो मेरे को नहीं पता है. But let me tell you my justification कि किस चीज पे डिपेंडेंट है, किन चीजों पे इंडिपेंडेंट है. It's a complex thing, Mukesh. But let me just tell you this. If this is length, if this is length, this is height, this is width. Mukesh, it's very tough to say what depends on what. किस चीज पे क्या डिपेंडेंट है बताना मुश्किल है. But QVB is Q into drift velocity is J by rho V into B is QE. Velocity is nothing but J by rho V. So this is Q into Hall voltage by W. Electric field is voltage by distance. So QQ cancel भी कर दो तो VH is J W into B by rho V. But in real life, we'll never measure J. We measure J is I by A. J is I by A. So करंट देते हैं अमीटर के जरिए, मैग्नेटिक फील्ड देते हैं, रो भी देते हैं, तो W तो कैंसिल ही हो गया ना. Mukesh, I don't think I've still come to your doubt. Did I clarify a doubt? मुझे तो आपका डाउट समझ में आ गया, लेकिन नोटेशंस आई कुड नॉट अंडरस्टैंड. यू अंडरस्टूड ना? चलो, एनीथिंग एल्स? अच्छा लग रहा है, कुछ डाउट पूछ रहे हैं तो हम एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हैं तो. ओके, लुक एट दिस क्वेश्चन. Unilateral transistor, unijunction transistor here, it should be called as unijunction, has an output impedance of 10 minus J10. बस इसके अलावा this question is no way concerned with EDC. ये वर्डिंग्स के अलावा, और उन वर्डिंग्स को हटा दो तो EDC कौन? फिर उसके बाद X2 X1 का वैल्यूज क्या है जिससे वो 50 ओम को मैच्ड हैं? या मुकेश, हम जस्ट कमेंट टू दैट. इस क्वेश्चन के बाद आता हूं. इसमें काफी मल्टी लेवल सोच हैं. There are multiple ways of thinking. We'll just have a look at it once, Mukesh. Just coming. So you got this question ना कि इसका जो आउटपुट इंपेडेंस है 10 minus J10 सीरीज टू X2 शंट टू X1, ये पूरा अरेंजमेंट 50 बराबर होना चाहिए. So the question's only meaning is 10 minus J10 series X2 whole in shunt to X1 should be 50. That's where the problem is over. Impedance matching concept है ये. Impedance matching. बाकी values इसी से check करना है आपको. You have to put it on trial and error based only. You can't do anything else. चलो, coming to the question from Mukesh का कुछ doubt था. Mukesh, this one or this one? ये ना? या मुकेश, इसमें फॉर्मूला तो साफ है. नो आर्ग्यूमेंट्स इन द फॉर्मूला मुकेश. बस डिपेंडेंसी में थोड़ी कंट्रोवर्सी है. देयर इज अ चांस ऑफ कंट्रोवर्सी इन द डिपेंडेंसी बिकॉज इफ यू वॉच हियर, जंक्शन वोल्टेज का फॉर्मूला, कट इन वोल्टेज का फॉर्मूला VT LN NCND by Ni square, which is 26 milli into Ln NCND by Ni square. This NCND may have a large variation of 10 power 14 to 10 power even 18 also. Let's not say 10 power 18, 10 power 12 से लेके 10 power 18 तक भी ले लो. ये न्यूमरेटर में Ln 10 and what comes here is something from 12 to 18. So 26 milli into 12 ho, this is approximately equal to 26 milli into 18. है ना? So 1 million times doping change हुआ तो भी वो 26 मिली को मल्टीप्लाई करने के बाद not a huge variation. So इसीलिए you cannot say that it is dependent. But somebody seeing the formula, they'll say, sir, it's doping dependent. मुकेश, C is right. C में तो कोई डाउट नहीं है. C में. अच्छा, you are saying increase. Okay, okay. See, Mukesh, the simple logic here is the dependency of this VBE or V0 with your temperature is not only numerator dependent, it's also Ni dependent. It's also energy gap dependent. So with multiple issues being there, you should give importance to everything. Mukesh, you just watch it carefully. Mukesh, इस क्वेश्चन को ध्यान से देखो. V0 is equal to VT Ln ND Na by Ni square. Yeah. When you look at Ni square में क्या क्या है? T power T cube है, E power minus Eg by Kt है. So which is very clearly V naught, Vt, Ln, Nd, Na minus Vt, Ln, E power Eg by Kt by T cube. So Vt में T and T is cancelling in one term. एक टर्म में तो कैंसिल हो रही है, लेकिन यहां पे कैंसिल नहीं हो रही है ना. डिनोमिनेटर वाली टर्म ठीक है मुकेश. Yeah, there's a large variation. No, Mukesh, your first term is Vt, Ln, Nd, Na. इसमें variation of this is negligible. Here T and T is cancelling now. Huh, Mukesh, that's also right. That's why I said there are multiple ways of looking at it. Yeah, I know. It's asked in multiple ways. So when you finally look at things, I think these are the logics that can be answered. This is right. I understood, Mukesh. Understood. This is right. Increases with increase in doping is not right because it is not heavily doping dependent. Increases with increase in temperature is also not right, Shishir, because there are a lot of terms in it. Obviously, Shishir. So all of the above is not right. I will go with only this. Shishir, one argument Mukesh had is really correct. No, Mukesh argument is very valid, Shishir. इसमें ना, don't worry about MSQ. You just look at it. 2.3 millivolts decrease is what cut-in voltage is for every 1 degree centigrade. ये तो पता है ना मैं. Reverse current will increase, cut-in voltage will decrease at 2.3 millivolts for 1 degree centigrade. Quite logical, na? That's why. To some questions, अच्छे questions miss हो गए. Yeah, this one. Very good question. Really, I also went wrong in this question. Maybe I just skipped and went wrong in this, but it's a very good question. Watch it. CE DC current gain of the transistor is 100. Current through the 10 volts Zener has to be calculated. Current through the 10 volts Zener diode has to be calculated. Ten ohm emitter resistance is a big interesting thing. 10 ohm emitter resistance, that's the most interesting thing. Otherwise, rest everything was quite simple. VB is 0.7. So the first thing I understand from the circuit is 10 drops across this and this. So emitter current is 10 minus 0.7 by 10. 10 minus 0.7 by 10, which is how much? 9.3 amps. This is ridiculous to have 9.3 amps. I never expected it. And that's your emitter current. Oh, sorry, 0.93. Even that's also, Shishir. Even that's also ridiculous. 0.93. This 0.93 amps And what are they asking you to find out? Zener diodes, Zener diodes current. So for that, how do you get your current through the Zener? Is by understanding this 100, that your base current is 0.93 by 100, which is 9.3 milliamps. Nine point three or 93? 9.3. So your base current is ready. Your total current find out. 20 minus 10 by 0.5. So that's the first stage, students. IE calculation of 0.93 amps is the first stage. IB calculation of 0.93 by 101, which is approximately 9.3 milliamps, is the second stage. Last stage is current through the 0.5 kilo ohms. Is 10, which is 20 minus 10 by 0.5 kilo, which is 20 milliamps. So that current through the Zener is 20 minus 9.3, which is 11.7 milliamps. When I actually 10.7 or 11.7? Yeah, 10 point. Shishir, you also seems to be like me only. I also do a lot of silly mistakes. Is that option there here? Yeah. 10.3. 10.3 is close. Clear? Any doubts? Yeah. No. When have seen the question, the first instance I see the question, what I thought is, I was so anxious because see, when I take some question from a previous paper, I check whether the question has got quality or not. I thought this question is not having quality because it's 20 minus 10. Okay, 20 minus 10 by half. So I said 20 milliamps. Okay, 20 milliamps is flowing in it. And I said afterwards, in the 20 milliamps, something will be subtracted here, base current, which is very small. So I said 19.3 should be the right answer. I was so perfectly confident with 19.3. But before coming to the exam, before coming to the class, I checked the solution once. And when I checked the solution, I thought this is really good quality. That's why I just got it. Because we generally expect the base current to be so weak. So मैंने सोचा कि 0.7 कुछ होगा, उसको subtract कर लेते हैं, तो 19.3 होगा. But I did not expect that such a large value has to be subtracted. Really nice question. So on, lot of questions are there actually. I thought at least some better questions we have to discuss. Yeah, this is one last question. Look at this last question. This is also good. Hall coefficient enables the determination of Hall coefficient. What can you help you to? What does it help you to calculate? mobility and concentration of charge carriers, Fermi level and forbidden energy gap, temperature coefficient and thermal conductivity. Strictly speaking, A and B, if it is Hall effect, I will go for A and B. If it is Hall effect or if it is MSQ. But multiple choice questions, we should go for the best of the best. This is correct, mobility. Sir, how can you find temperature coefficient? Very simple. Temperature बढ़ाइए, measure again sigma or measure concentration. Concentration is rho v na. So change your temperature here and remeasure sigma, because Hall effect is always used to find rho v or sigma. So actually the answer is B, but even Hall effect can be used for this. Because I want to tell you a small point before I wind up. Hall effect has triggered an interest in understanding RH or rho v, or what you call it as 1 by Ne. So it has triggered an interest in understanding carrier concentration, type of carriers. They were baffled to know that Hall effect was giving different Hall polarities for p-type and n-type. So given such interesting things, given such very interesting and peculiar things, Hall effect always is very important. Okay, so that's for today's class. Thank you, Shishir. Thank you. You just watch my YouTube class also, Shishir. I gave very good classes on effective mass. I gave very good class on EDC also. But this generation, I don't think I can reach to this generation now. I mean, this fast track internet generation, I don't know why I don't really reach them, because they need more ha-hoo teachers. I'm very concept oriented now, but you'll enjoy it. Like, especially I'll tell you, effective mass was one class I took. I felt teaching that effective mass was one of the best classes I took in my YouTube sessions. It has the least views. It had the least views in YouTube. Antennas, part 1, I just took it as a formality because we should take classes. It went for 9.3K views till date and going still. Abhi bhi ja rahi hai. Shortly it will become 10K views. Antennas. No, इसमें बहुत दम है. ये नहीं कि हमने मजाक के लिए पढ़ाया. There's one class called as resonance. This was my 50th video. पूरी जान लगा दी इसमें मैंने. पूरी जान लगा दी रेजोनेंस वाली वीडियो में. 50th वीडियो है, सुपर हिट होना चाहिए बोल के पूरी हवा निकल गई. 1K वीडियोस अभी पहुंचा. So it happens like that. So, sometimes even iPhone 10, iPhone 11, I think iPhone 11 is a big failure. So it so happens sometimes. I don't mind jab tak students, the best students receive it, because I know, see, my teaching is not certainly for 80K students who write GATE. My teaching is for the 10K students who qualify GATE. मेरी viewership इन्हीं 10K से है. In that, the 5K people only understand EMT, who actually get the top ranks. We are in this field for the last 10 years only because of this 5K, 1K, 2K people, not because of every student who is writing GATE. So she should feel free anytime to ask me doubts or any topic if you want, because I know when I have a limited people to satisfy, I can really satisfy them. And almost I'm enjoying my post-retirement life only. After hectic 20 years of teaching, last 10 years, hectic, almost half my life I used to sleep in airports only last 10 years. So feel free always. Mukesh, Smith chart explain why it's after lambda by 2. Okay. Mukesh, doubt is, for every lambda by 2, Why does impedance Z of X repeat? Mukesh, it's not concerned with Smith chart, Mukesh. Though Smith chart is nothing but an impedance chart. Smith chart is impedance chart. Your question is not about Smith chart, Mukesh. Simple point, see. If you have a matched line, when does your impedance repeat? We should say does not repeat, but it is same everywhere. Shashir, I'll just come. Last 20 years, every minute of my teaching, I enjoyed, Shashir. I never felt boring. The day I feel boring, I'll surely leave teaching. I enjoyed last 20 years, really last 10 years, especially in my last organization. They were the best part of my career. My 10 years in Medici was most satisfactory period of my life, and I'm proud of that 10 years only. My age may be 43 now, but those 10 years were my golden days. And the before 10 years, of course, I was working very hard and enjoying every minute, but still. Right. So, matched line, there is no question of repetition, Mukesh. When it comes to a mismatched line, there is where Z of X starts to repeat. And you know why? Because Z of X is Z0, ZL cos, Z0 cos, वो जो फॉर्मूला है ना, उसकी वजह से रिपीट होती है. Because you won't be having traveling waves, but you'll be having standing waves. जहां ट्रैवलिंग वेव्स होना चाहिए वहां पे स्टैंडिंग वेव्स आ जाते हैं. In simple words, where you expect a wave like this, you start to expect a wave like this. ताकि मैक्सिमा टू मैक्सिमा गैप अगर लैम्डा है या मिनिमा टू मिनिमा लैम्डा है, तो यहाँ पे मैक्सिमा टू मैक्सिमा इज लैम्डा बाई 2, मैक्सिमा टू मिनिमा इज लैम्डा बाई 4. Absolutely, Shishir, the same. So traveling wave होता, impedance हर जगह Z0 है. Standing wave होता, the impedance is periodic. Mukesh, you got it? Traveling wave में impedance is everywhere same. Standing wave में impedance हर जगह same नहीं है. That's the reason. Chale, Shishir. Any other doubts? Tomorrow I think microwave. So I expect a huge turnout. Maybe we can't expect anything in online. Online I stopped expecting. Can't understand when a crowd will come and when they won't come. But we believe in consistently teaching. I mean, irrespective of crowd or anything, we should believe in consistent teaching. Quality teaching is what we believe in. So see you tomorrow with microwave classes, microwave problems. See you tomorrow. Bye, students. Bye.